Hello everyone, this is Darcinovia here. This is my first review on the relaunch novels of Deep Space Nine. This is the first of many books to come in the relaunch series. This takes place 3 months after the events of the final episode of Deep Space Nine. Now, for the past few reviews, I have reviewed DS9 novels that took place after the series, but this is when the main storyline actually begins, because the other novels just focused on Garrick and the other one focused on Dax's past lives. This particular novel begins basically where the show left off 3 months later. New characters are introduced. Old characters, we see them in places we haven't seen before. Now, one thing I didn't like about the series, I didn't like how Ezri and Julian Bashir, how when they hooked up, it felt like there was no complications in their relationship. Because, come on, Ezri, she was awkward. And considering the fact that Julian had a thing for Jadzia, you figured there'd be some conflict, between the two at some point. And the thing I like about this book is there was some conflict between Julian and Ezri, because at some point there's bound to be some conflict, considering he had a thing for Jadzia, and well, it hasn't been resolved in this book. I assume it's going to get resolved in the sequel, the second book in the series. Another thing I like is the relationship between Roan and Kira Nerys, because Roan, anyone who's seen Star Trek: The Next Generation, her limited appearances, she is not the kind of character I feel like would get along, with Kira. And this novel, even though there was very few scenes with them, I like the fact that how there's tension between the two, considering the fact that realistically this is how the characters would react if they were around each other. And the benefits of the novels, unlike the show, you don't have to worry about casting, so you can have whatever characters you want and use them for the story if you need to. This also features, cameos from characters from the Next Generation. And the new characters that are introduced, they are interesting. I'll probably talk more about them like in this next video. But they are interesting. Inevitably, new characters have to be introduced for post-series fiction if you're going to, keep things interesting, because let's be honest, you can't just stick to the same characters, because it's not going to be interesting. And, well, I don't think a story in a universe as large as Star Trek is interesting if you don't expand upon the cast. And it does. And this book feels like a genuine continuation. If you were dissatisfied with how this show ended, I'd pick this up. There's multiple different ways you could get this book. For me, I got it through the omnibus, which you may see this in a few reviews, which has the first, 5, books in this series, and it saves you money. Yeah, I would check this out. I can't give a rating for this yet, considering book 2, I have yet to read it. But I enjoy it so far, and I can't wait to read the next book in this series. May we live long and prosper. See you guys next time with another video. Later.